What's going on, everybody? My name is Chino. Welcome back to my channel where we talk about everything crypto. We are going to jump right into it because what a bloodbath we got this morning. You could see behind me all of the crypto bubbles. Everything is in the red today by 15, 20, 25, 30% drops over the past 24 hours, and it's been crazy. Today, what we're going to talk about is why this is happening, what caused this, and why I'm not concerned specifically about ADA, MATIC, and Solana. And before we jump in, quick disclaimer, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. I highly encourage you doing your own research because at the end of the day, no one hits the buy button except for you. All right, I'm going to make myself smaller. Let's jump into it. This is stemming from the SEC suing Coinbase and Binance, right? Then in the complaint letter that the SEC filed, they named 12 new popular cryptocurrencies. Well, 2 new cryptocurrencies, and all of them are popular, right? Solana, Cardano, or ADA, MATIC, Polygon, Filecoin, Cosmos, Metaverse tokens, Sand, Mana, Algorand, Axie Infinity, Cody, BNB. So all of these tokens got listed as securities in the eyes of the SEC. They're not declared. This is just the SEC being like, hey, you're a security. Then, as a result of that, Robinhood delists Cardano, MATIC, and Solana tokens. And this is when everything started to happen. ADA is down big. MATIC is down big. Solana is down big. And all of these tokens that were named securities are down pretty bad. So over the past 24 hours, I mean, we literally woke up here in the United States. We woke up and it was bloodshed all over the market. And if we look at CoinGlass, the liquidations that occurred over the past 24 hours, and this number keeps going up. When I looked at it last, it was $350 million. Now it's around $400 million have been liquidated. Now you combine these liquidations with the news of the SEC suing Binance and Coinbase, and also listing that these very popular cryptocurrencies as securities, and you get absolute bloodshed in the market. Now, here's why I'm not concerned. So we're going to go and zoom out and look at the bigger picture here. Bitcoin is the larger index that indicates what the cryptocurrency market does. So simply put, if Bitcoin is not doing well, then the rest of the market is not going to do well. And if we look at Bitcoin here, this is a classic breakout for a bullish retest down here. This $25,200 level has been a massive support resistance area where the BlockFi Luna Celsius collapse happened. We came right down to 25,200, marked that as a support. We broke through it, and we were stuck underneath here for 276 days. We finally broke out of it here, and now we came back up, and we're coming back down for the bullish retest. Even with this market crash, which is what occurred right here, we still have not broken that $25,200 level. Now, I have this giant purple box here as a big accumulation zone of mine, where it ranges from 23,000 to 25,200. If we break below this 23,500 is when I will start getting very concerned. But as of right now, to keep it short and simple, no structure is broken on Bitcoin, and it looks like a classic bullish retest for upside continuation. Now we're going to take a look at what a Wyckoff accumulation looks like. There's 2 different types. There's this one, which is more of a classic Wyckoff accumulation, where you set a low here and you never set a new low. You just accumulate here and really just range before getting sent off. And then there's another one with a spring, where you set a low after the initial crash. You set a low. It looks like you're accumulating, but you come in for a spring, and then you get sent off. We're going to focus on this one because we're going to go ahead and take a look at what ADA is doing, because a lot of people are concerned. But this is Cardano. We set a low back here after the market crashed. This was peak bear market. FTX and all that stuff happened over here. And we just set a new low with this recent news. This, in my eyes, is a spring phase. We've seen this happen multiple times in crypto with Bitcoin and with Ethereum. Really quick, I wrote a thread this morning, which is all I'm doing in this video is expanding on my thread. So if you want to take a look at this, go to my Twitter. It's at I'mCryptoChino. So back to the spring. So this is what the spring looks like. This is Bitcoin in 2021. This was the 2021 peak. We crashed down to $30,000. We set this low, and then we came back down. We set a new low below this, and that was our spring, and we went off. Looking at Ethereum, we came back down in 2020. We set a low. We came back up, and then we crashed back down, set a new low, and this acted as our spring for upside continuation, and we got sent off. Again, going back to Cardano. This could be, and this is what I think is happening, our spring phase before we get sent off. Now, if we take a look at MATIC and we take a look at Solana, they look almost identical. So this was our initial crash with MATIC. And notice how we have not set a new low over here, right? This is MATIC. And let's go over to Solana. Solana, crash. This is our low. And this is where we are now. We have not set a new low. Going back to the classic Wyckoff accumulation that I showed earlier, we crash, we set a low, and we never set a new low before we get sent off. And that seems to be the accumulation structure that MATIC and Solana are following. And the last thing that I'm looking at for why I am not concerned, and this may sound a little bit weird, but it is because the market is clearly in fear. And fear marks bottoms most of the time and indicates that the bottom is close to being in. Warren Buffett always says, be greedy when others are fearful and be fearful when others are greedy. Look, whenever the true bottom comes in that moment, it will never feel like it is a good time to buy. It will always feel like a terrible time to buy. So tying this all together, if I believe Bitcoin is bullish, then common sense says I believe altcoins are bullish. Bitcoin is bullish retesting. ADA is in its spring phase. MATIC and Solana are in Wyckoff accumulation, and the market is in fear. This is a recipe for the bottom being in. I'm either really stupid or I'm being really smart by buying in right now. It doesn't feel like a good time to buy at all. I feel the fear, which is why I am buying. And it sounds completely opposite, but only time will tell. The last thing I want to add here is ignore the FUD. This is all just noise. In my eyes, the SEC is trying to put a stop and destroy the entire crypto industry, and they're trying their hardest, but it's not going to work. You can't destroy the internet. The only way you get rid of crypto is by destroying the internet, and that's not going to happen. I think they're frantic. I think they're in a frenzy, and I think that they know that they've lost this battle, and they're super far behind. And then, on top of that, this Ripple case seems to be coming to an end any day now. So the timing of all of this is just a little bit too perfect. So we'll see what happens. These next few weeks are going to be very exciting. But for now, don't freak out. Take a deep breath, go get some fresh air, and enjoy the day. All right, have a good one.